Alright, here's another screaming technique, because I kind of wanted 3, and I couldn't really think of another one to really do yet, until I kind of go through all my screaming stuff, and then I'm like, hey, there's one I should do. But, I notice a lot of people on YouTube don't do this a lot, especially in Asking Alexandria songs, but, I mean, I can't say much, because even the lead singer of Asking Alexandria doesn't do this live, so, I don't know, but, pretty much it's how to go from, like, a singing to a scream without damaging your vocals. The lead singer of Bullet for My Valentine damaged his vocals. Corey Taylor damaged his vocals. It's the only people I can think of off the top of my head. But from doing this, from going into like a sing, or even just kind of like, kind of like the best example that I could do is, if you can't ride 2 horses, you should get out of the circus. By asking, when he's like, I was meant to make you smile, like that, but like, he like screams and sings and screams and like sings, but it's not necessarily a sing. It's just kind of like a like it's like a whine or a moan. But pretty much what you do for that is like you just gotta practice doing the whines. Like that's pretty much all it is. So I'm gonna like give you an example with that part of the song. So like, I was meant to make you smile, like that. So like you gotta get used to the and then what you want to do is, if you could scream, oh, you have to do it so much that literally you can just go like that. So if you can go, oh, without it hurting your throat, because it shouldn't at all. A lot of people will just turn it into a yell because they can't transition it, or just going, oh, like that. So what you want to do is you want to get your scream down perfect. Oh! You want to be able to break into scream without warming up. You should just be able to be like, from talking to talking. Be like, hey, yo, what's up? Like, something like that. Like, practice that. It might sound dumb, but like, try to talk and then go into something. And then, if you could do that without it hurting, and make sure that you try and do this as best as you can. So, pretty much, you'll be able to go, I was meant to make you smile. Like that. So like you just transition into that. I mean, sometimes the screaming won't sound as good, because that doesn't sound as good as like if I were to just scream at all, because it's kind of like changing your voice a little bit, so it kind of messes with you. So your screams might not sound as good as they normally would, because you're changing so much from a sing to a scream or a yell or whatever the hell you want to call that. But just keep like practicing it, and make sure that you don't. What you want to avoid doing is going, I was, and like, ooh, that hurt me. Like that's what a lot of people do when they scream. They just and that's gonna hurt, and like that's what you want to avoid doing, because sometimes you can't transition from singing into screaming fast enough, so you'll literally just and that's where you get your throat all messed up. So you want to practice your screaming. Just practice oh, 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 with breaks in between. Oh, 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 like that, with some break. And then you want to practice going ooh, 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 ooh. There's like no downtime, so I'm not going like a lot of the times when you hear it in a studio, kind of like Nobody Don't Dance No More, right before he sings the chorus again, he like goes yeah, and like goes right into a scream. Well, see, that's a lot of studio editing where they use to like blend them together. It's hard to do that without hurting your vocals. So what you want to do is you just want to practice screaming in little bits. Oh, 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 like that. Then just add in a ooh. It's not a sing, so you're not straining you're just going ooh. It's like you're yawning. You just want to get a I was meant to make you smile, like that. And then pretty much you just keep practicing that, and hopefully you can get it down, and hopefully it won't damage your vocal cords. So good luck.